Mate, just tell me, when you were 15, which musicians were you listening to? Whose albums did you have all of, and who were you most obsessed with?
It was probably John Lennon or somebody like that.
John Lennon?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, the songs that you performed on the TV show showed somebody who looked after music well before your own birthday, right?
Yeah, it was great because Matt actually got a chance to come and see me sing on Australian Idol, and I can't remember which night it was, but I think it was I played If I Were a Carpenter or something like that. And it was great. He got front row centre, basically in front of the judges. He sat right in front of the judges, so he was front row there from that night forth, you know, until he passed.
He's a very influential man, that he talked to the judges.
I think he probably wanted to get up Kyle a few times.
That's an unbelievable thing to want to do. There's a number of jokes I didn't mean that to be, which is not important right now. Just the fact that you wrote that song, you were 15, proves for everyone in the room that before that talent show opportunity came along, that you were operating as a musician, as a youngster. Tell us what you were doing before the show started.
Well, I moved from Adelaide to Sydney when I was 15.
It's a good decision.
Yeah, it is now. Well, it was back then. And I started playing around town, just around the corner here, at Excelsior and Surrey Hills, and Excelsior and Glebe, and just all the local bars around town in the Cross. And when I was 15, it was a bit of an eye-opener around that stage, and my old man used to drive me around, and we used to sort of tackle the open mic nights and do all that. And I did that for years and years and years, and I was in bands with Silverchair and Missy Higgins and Paul Mack, and I did a lot of touring with those guys and before everything, and then Triple J started playing my songs, and then they stopped playing my songs, and I was back to square one again. And then I thought, bugger this, I'm going to do something like Australian Idol, and you know, meeting people like Charlotte, my girlfriend, and someone like Matt as well, sort of made me realise that, you know, you can sort of, if you do anything with you know, honour and integrity and conviction, I suppose you can do anything, no matter what it is, even if it's like a silly show like Australian Idol sometimes.
Well, you mentioned that. Now, I've got some musician mates who talk about Australian Idol very negatively for hours on end.
Yes.
And they know everything about it. So what I'm getting to is that amongst musicians there is a trade-off between becoming famous and getting credibility. How hard was it a hard decision to go on the show?
Well, it was a hard decision for me because I felt like I was sort of pawning my artistic integrity and all that off a little bit, but I realised that I wasn't getting any younger, and also just anything creates opportunities these days, especially in something like the music industry. It's such a instant and highly competitive world, and it moves faster and faster every day. So I just kind of decided that if I got in there, I'd be able to sort of meet more people and, you know, have more of an interesting life doing what I love doing. And I'm still I still write my own songs and write songs that I'm releasing, and everybody thinks I'm now, you know, well, I wrote that song, you know, to a lot of people's detriment, I suppose, sometimes.
but the doors it has opened, you must have occasionally walked into a room to record, and there's some bloke in the corner with a guitar or a bass or something who you thought, geez, I'm working with this fella. Who were the types of names that you've come across where you thought, wow, this is a pretty good opportunity?
Well, before Idol, I was working with people like Don Walker. I wrote songs with Don Walker from Chisel and Mossy and you know, Silverchair and Missy, you know, all those guys as well. This is before. Right. And then afterwards, they all came up to me, and I thought they're all going to hate me now, but I did that. And they all came up to me and shook my hand and said, well done, mate, you know, you actually did something for yourself, and not sit around and complain about how you know, you don't get any opportunities anymore in the industry, and you just got to work out what the best opportunity is and go for that.
And tell me, if I'm going to ask you to nominate one, I can't believe I'm here, I'm going to pinch myself moment of a person you work with or a place you work, what would it be?
Well, it was actually before. I was over in LA 4 years ago, but this is before Idol as well. And I worked with Joe Cocker. I had to sing in front of him one stage, and yeah, that was pretty surreal. Well, and also meeting Jermaine Jackson and people like that, you know. And had lunch with Taylor Swift a few weeks ago in Nashville, which was great. But you know, just meeting all these sort of people that you read about or hear about all your life, and then all of a sudden you're standing in front of Joe and he's giving you advice on the music industry, which is basically drink more and scream a little louder.
On that note, please thank Wes Carr.
All right,